Hey runners, how's it going? In this episode, I'm going to explain to you what a forever runner is, why that's important, and the three keys to become a forever runner. And if you stick around to the end, I've got a little free resource that you can use to start your journey to become a forever runner. Hi, I'm Herb the Forever Runner. I'm a ultra runner, heart attack survivor, and longevity running coach that only works exclusively with runners in their 50s, 60s, and 70s to help them effortlessly run stronger without injury so you can enjoy more freedom, independence, and vitality as you get older. So, like I said in this at the start, I want to start off by kind of defining what a forever runner is. When I'm talking about being a forever runner, I'm not talking about running long distances. What I'm actually talking about is running longevity, or more specifically, how you can leverage your running to increase your health span. So, how I actually define a forever runner is as follows. A forever runner loves the running lifestyle and is willing to do whatever it takes to continue to enjoy the benefits of the running lifestyle as they get older. So back when I was 60, I noticed there was a lot of runners that I used to compete against that weren't out there anymore. Now there's a lot of reasons why people stop running. Usually it's pain, injuries. It can be lack of motivation. It could be excess weight. Uh, there's a madrid of reasons, but I really think it really boils down to one thing. And I if you've been running a long time, you probably understand that we've all bought into this no gain without pain mindset, and this has really created a problem, especially for us older runners, because we end up running too hard all the time without adequate recovery, and feel that just running is enough for us to keep going. And it just doesn't work that way. So what I came up with was what I called the Forever Runner method. And within that method, uh, there's kind of like three keys that we focus on uh, to kind of flip this over and get going in the right direction of running effortlessly without worrying about getting injured. So those three keys are what I called build, burn, and move. So let's go through those three keys one at a time. So in key one, build, a forever runner is focused on building aerobic capacity. That means training 80 to 90% of the time at a very low heart rate. Now there's three reasons why we want to be doing that. The first reason is running at a low heart rate, or zone 2, is where we build those slow twitch muscles. Now these are the muscles that actually provide the power behind your 5K, 10K, or marathon. And I always thought that to run faster, you have to run fast, but but you want to build that base, that solid aerobic base muscles, because these are the ones that are actually doing all the work when you do want to run faster. So the second reason is by running at a low heart rate, you switch over the type of fuel that your muscles want to use. So your slow twitch muscles prefer to burn fat for fuel rather than glycogen or carbs, we can say. And so by spending most of your time training at such a low heart rate, you're training your body to want to burn more body fat for fuel than to rely on carbohydrates. And the cool thing about it is you have an unlimited supply of body fat. So you end up you end up having more energy on your runs when you burn body fat for fuel. Now, the third reason why we want to run at a very low heart rate is when you're running slow, it's very hard to injure yourself. And I'm really talking about overuse injuries or not spending enough time recovering between runs because you ran so hard each time. So by spending most of your time doing these easy runs at a low heart rate, you greatly lessen your chances of feeling pain or getting injured. So all three of these reasons, building your aerobic base, relying on body fat for fuel, and running slow to prevent injury is what I call the build phase, or the first key to becoming a forever runner. So the second key is burn. So a forever runner eats a whole food diet and focuses mostly on getting adequate protein rather than focusing on carb intake. So if you ever wondered why even though you run a lot, that you're still 5 to 10 pounds overweight and you don't, it's not seeming to come off, there's really two reasons for that. And I suffered with this for years. I thought I was doing everything right when I was 50 years old to my early 60s. I was competing in ultra marathons, and I was training hard, and I was eating a lot of carbs to fuel all this training and these long runs I was doing. But with all that, I couldn't figure out why I was still 10 pounds overweight, and it just wouldn't change no matter how hard I worked. Well, what I found was the big change was when I decided to cut off the processed foods, the basically processed grains such as bagels and noodles and anything pizzas, anything flour based, to cut down on that insulin response and stick to more natural whole foods. I immediately felt so much better. I had more energy during the day. I wasn't falling asleep in the afternoons, and I wasn't hungry all the time. So it's a big difference for a runner when you change from being carb dependent to fat burning, as far as how you feel during the day and how you do on the runs. And it's not that you don't need any carbs, but for example, if you're running a marathon or ultra marathon, you don't have to eat as many gels, let's say, as you used to still maintain the same amount of energy throughout the whole run. So it makes a big difference. So if you're struggling with losing weight, it's 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 probably a combination of two things. One, you're running too hard all the time. You're not kicking into that low heart rate fat burning zone. And second of all, uh, you're eating too much of that runner recommended diet of processed over processed foods. And I what I suggest in my build key is we focus on eating whole foods and concentrate on getting enough protein, because I'm talking like 100 grams per day, because us older runners need that additional protein, because that's what supports those slow twitch muscles that we rely on for all of our running power. So key number two is to eat a whole food diet and focus on your protein intake. So key number three is what I call move. So if a forever runner maintains at least two strength building sessions a week to build and maintain our muscle mass. I'm sure you're aware, as you know, in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, you naturally lose muscle mass, and just running isn't going to change that. So you have to be proactive. You have to actually do something to number one, maintain your muscle mass. But the cool thing is no matter how old you are, you can still build muscle mass even if you're 80 years old. You can start resistance training a couple times a week or 3 times a week and actually build muscle mass even as an older runner. So it's important to do this. Not only does it make your running easier and makes you more injury proof, but you're maintaining muscle mass and strength as you age is one of the key or one of the top factors of maintaining longevity or increasing your health span as you get older. Um, so key number three is resistance training to build muscle mass and support those. Again, you're going back to supporting those slow twitch muscles that are powering your runs by using this resistance training a couple times a week. So those were the three keys, and I think if you sit back a little bit, you'll understand how intertwined all three of them are, and how they rely on each other. The low heart training with the emphasis on eating protein, and resistance training all of this supports that, your slow twitch muscles that power your runs. And this is what allows you to run faster, more efficiently, effortlessly, and without having to worry about getting injured as you get older. And that's the whole key behind the Forever Runner method is to allow you to continue to enjoy your running lifestyle without having to worry about getting injured, and you can still get out there and run and not feel pain or be all sore the next day just because you went for a run. So if you're interested in getting started, that what I start people off with is what I call setting your optimal training heart rate. If you've tried maffetone training before, for us older runners, it's kind of difficult to nail that proper heart rate down that you can actually train at, and to start realizing the benefits from all this. So you can click the link down in the description. I've got a little free guide you can download that will show you how to get started with setting that heart rate. And that would be the start of your journey to become a forever runner. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.